So at this step, we already have the plummet on, and the laser's on right now. I can turn it on and leave it, or turn it off. I guess I'll go ahead and turn it off so I can save my battery. I'll have to turn it on again before I finish and hit OK, but we'll do that a little bit later. Okay, so there is the electronic level, but the electronic level, honestly, I don't understand the relation between the electronic level and the mechanical level bubble here. So in this case, I'm gonna go ahead and use that one. And just like how we do a leveling, you're gonna pick two legs and you're gonna work with two legs only, just like how you work with a regular normal level. And in this case, the bubble is facing this way. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna adjust this leg here, okay? Now pay attention to my hands and how I'm placing my hands on the tripod. Do not do this. Avoid doing this and letting go, because here it's really, as a matter of fact, I can't even move it up. See, I moved all kinds of things wrong. You always want to put your hand here and use your finger to move the level up or down. So I usually put my hand here, release the level, the tripod, and then using my finger, or maybe even my combination of the two hands, because this is kind of heavy, just kind of from here, you notice I'm putting pressure on this plate to move the tripod up or down. And I'm happy right there, so I'm gonna go ahead and lock it. So right now I moved it to where the bubble is facing out this leg. So I'm gonna release this one over here, so using the same technique. Raise and lower. And the bubble moved over to this side again. And then if you can kind of stay right there, I'm gonna release this one. And just by doing the up, the two legs, you can kind of see it's almost centered already. Almost. Doesn't have to be perfect yet. Okay? So just like we did the level, we took two legs, we adjusted it, got it to the center as much as we could, then you can fine tune it here, okay? For that though, then we don't have another little level, but we are gonna be using the screen. So the screen has, you can kind of see the bubble right there is really close to the middle, okay? So the screen will show you in which direction we need to move it, because we have an X and a Y. And if you notice the X and the Y, the X has a 1 minute 20 seconds, I think. The Y has a negative 1 minute 5 seconds. So honestly, this one confuses me because I'm thinking X is this direction and Y is in this direction, but I don't know. So I'm just gonna start turning the knobs, but if you notice, I just have to turn it very little. And I'm trying to get the bubble to the middle. And I'm actually getting it, there we go, it's a little bit closer. You notice these are getting closer to zero. And we wanna get as close to zero as possible. And once again, you notice that just by simply turning the knobs just like a little bit, it's shifting around, okay? One has 7 seconds in the Y-axis, the X-axis 20 seconds. So I'm gonna guess the X is gonna be this one back here. Okay. So right there, we have an X and Y of 0 minutes and 6 seconds on each. I think that's going to be good enough. You can try to go and adjust it till you get to 0. Well, I'll tell you right now, it's going to take forever, okay? The closer to 0, the better. And it's going to take practice, okay? It's going to take practice. Now, before we continue, I need to turn on my laser again. So I'm going to click laser, turn it on, and if you notice, it did move a little bit. It did move a little bit, okay? The thing though is that the total station is leveled. So I do need to be on top of that point. And this happens all the time. So at this point, then before I continue, this is the last step of the leveling, is I'm gonna go and release the total station just a little bit. I'm not gonna completely let it go. Just turn it to the point where the total station can actually slide around. And then I'm gonna slide it around, get it right on top of that point. It's leveled, so it doesn't really matter if I slide it around because it's leveled. So I'm gonna slide it around, tighten it. We're there, good. We come back over here, you notice We came back, the error changed a slight amount. So I can maybe try to level it again. Yeah, it's getting worse. Probably should have left it alone. 10 seconds and 21 seconds. And notice how delicate this thing is. See, right there it's kind of floating around and everything's good. And if I just tap the tripod, those numbers start changing a little bit, okay? This thing is very, very delicate, which includes the error that we're talking about. So it's not only the error of our calculations, it's the error just simply of the instrument itself, okay? On a windy day, those numbers could be changing up to 10 minutes, 11 minutes, because this thing actually moves around without really realizing it, because you can't see it, okay? We're good. We're on top of the point. I look at the laser again. We're here leveled. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off our laser and hit OK. At that point, our screen will now change to now it's gonna start measuring angles and distances. I'll explain the next step on the next video.